Hello, hello, hello. It's Friday. I'm CJ. This week we're doing a getting to know us because it's been a little while and some of you are new and some of us are new and some of us are old, and in general with all the sort of shufty rounds we thought it would be cool to introduce ourselves to you again, to say sort of hi, what's up, all of that. I'm gonna take my glasses off. My glasses are annoying me today. My name is CJ. Feels like the opening to an AA meeting. My name is CJ and I'm a tran. I am 30. I'm actually 31. Am I? Wait, how old am I? It's 2017. I'm 32. I'm really bad at math. I live in London. I live in West London actually. I live in Notting Hill, that far from Portobello Road and Grenfell Tower, which you've maybe heard of. I also have excellent taste in mugs. I am a writer. I'm a full-time writer now, which is a weird, kind of cool place to live. I'm an activist, so a lot of my writing has to do with trans stuff. So I had a book that came out in January, which upset everybody on Earth, because I had a book that said maybe we'd be nice to trans kid, and people were like, no, won't, shan't. Link down below if you want to buy it, that would be great. Essentially you'd be buying me a tenth of a cup of coffee because royalties don't go very far. Other than that, I write articles for magazines and papers. I do a lot of content editing, content writing. I'm in that like space where I just exist in a world of words, and I love words so much. I have a French bulldog. He's called Miles. That's why I'm CJ and Miles and everything, which is where you can find me. I've been on transition. I literally yesterday had my 12th monthly shot of testosterone. So I have been on Sustanon 250 since October 26th of last year. It's going well. I am transitioning through the NHS and having an absolute nightmare of a time with Charing Cross GIC. So if anybody ever wants to talk about any of those kinds of things, I'm here for you. In general, I like to think I'm a here for you kind of human. My pronouns are they and them. I will take he and him, but I'm more comfortable. I have grown into they and them, and I feel quite happy with it at the minute, because I suppose that's the thing, that's the tran I am. I'm the not certain one. I'm the one that's a lot more try it and see how it feels and see where I'm going with it kind of person. Partly because I came out and started transitioning later in life in comparison to everybody else on the channel. So I've been on the channel for 2 years? Something like 2 years, 2.5 years. And I am very activisty, and I mainly define as being queer rather than anything else. So like transmasculine, queer, FTM, queer. Kind of, sometimes I float into the non-binary thing, but I feel like I don't have such a strong sense of identity with the non-binary community, which is no reflection on them, it's just not the place that I comfortably sit. I'm also at Goldsmiths University. I am doing a PhD in creative writing, which is a bit unlike any other PhD that most people that you know would ever do. I know everyone that does a PhD says that, like everyone is like, I'm a special snowflake. I actually am a special snowflake. They call it a practice-led PhD. So the idea is at the end of it, I'll have 70% of it will be my creative output, and 30% of it will be like an other thing. So I am doing my PhD, I'm a poet, that's where my heart lies, but I also like to pay rent and go outside, so that means I have to write other things. And so I wanted to create a PhD that sort of had all of that in it, and instead of going like, this is where I'm a poet and this is where I'm an academic and this is where I'm a whatever, I wanted to point out the fact that a lot of us exist in worlds that aren't like that at all. That we exist in worlds where, you know, the fact that I'm trans and the fact that I'm a poet, they're not separate me's that are those things, like I'm both of those things at the same time. And so my PhD is a bit more like this one thing. And I'm calling it a thing at the minute because I don't really know, I'm still working on it. I'm hoping that this academic year they will let me loose on some unsuspecting students so that I can do a little bit of teaching, which that would be really fun. I'm based in the English department, but I'm like outsourced. I'm a bit like rent-a-tran. Other than that, I've got a blog at the Huffington Post, which I write on. I pitch articles every once in a while, they get picked up, which is really fun and I really enjoy it. And then I do content writing and content editing for various websites that I just really enjoy, because it's a combination of getting to deal with people and use the written word. So I don't really have like a conventional life massively. It's only been in the past sort of couple of years that I've done stuff like that. Before that I worked for an LGBT charity that went into schools and taught kids how to be LGBT, how to talk about things sort of more openly. I'm fairly political, I'm very leftist sort of bleeding heart liberal sort, and I do tend to have a lot to say about politics. In fact, I do my best to shut up about politics, really. So yeah, those are the things, and I guess like the things that make me me. Like French bulldogs, love them, love Miles. He's currently a little slug on the floor because we've been for a walk and he's tired. I love books. I have a lot of books. I love books. I like digital things, but I love books. I really love to travel. I do a lot of travelling whenever possible. What else? I lived in Dublin for 6 years. Those of you who are Irish, went to Irish universities in the sort of early noughties. I was USI LGBT rights officer for a little while. I went to Trinity College Dublin. I was LGBT rights officer there as well. I don't know. What else do you want to know? This is a good time for it, actually. Okay, down there, leave questions. What do you want to know? I will answer anything. I suppose that's it. Yeah, just fundamentally. And if you ever want to ask questions, I've got a Tumblr that I use intermittently. I've got Twitter that I use a lot, pretty much every day. I've got an Instagram that I try and use, although the lack of chronological order really upsets me. I don't massively use Facebook. I have one, but it's sort of a token gesture, really. Twitter and Instagram are probably the easiest. Twitter, Tumblr and Instagram are probably the easiest ways to get hold of me. I'm going to be setting up some various bits and bobs and pieces while I get like my sort of writerly life. So there might be some more stuff there. Otherwise, I'm at CJ Miles on everything. So if you want to find me, basically, if you see CJ Miles anywhere, it's me. Hello. So yeah, so feel free always to ask questions. I'm very open to asking questions, people asking me questions, and I will either answer it or I'll tell you why I won't answer it. And I think that seems fair enough. Here's have a free-for-all, so if you want to know anything, ask down there. That's it. Hello, this is me. I'm on Fridays. I'm usually late on Fridays, but I'm usually late for everything. So that's just me. Yeah, so that's it. Ask me questions. If you want to know things, ask down below, and I will talk to you next week.